Hi, I am Osman, Master Level Energy Healer with telepathic capabilities, specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher. Be sure to visit my website yogawellness786.com for more information on my services. And remember, all my therapies are natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. If you have a medical condition, be sure to consult with a licensed and qualified medical practitioner in your locality. So I wanted to discuss a posture called the Cobra posture. For ideas on how to perform it and so forth, you can go online and search how to perform the Cobra posture. It's a very simple posture. You just lie down, face down on your stomach, putting your hands shoulder width apart, your palms, and then pushing your upper half of your body, keeping your hip and downwards on the floor, and just pushing your upper half of the body up so that your hands stretch out as far as possible, and you bending backwards, your head backwards, with your upper half of your body, your trunk, shoulders, and head, trying to lean backwards and up away from the floor, right? With your hands, palms pressed on the floor, and eventually you can straighten your elbows and bend far back as possible. So the key of this posture, right? The key of it, I didn't know. I've been practicing this posture for decades, right? More than 4 decades, more than 40 years before I was alerted to the true secret and purpose of this posture, which is not mentioned in any of the books, directly, that I've come across, right? And myself didn't know. It was actually a student of mine, mentioned it, and that's when I realized it. So of course I was experiencing it, but I didn't put my finger on it until a student said, "Wow, in this posture, when you're pushing, you must push backward, as far back, like your head back, right? So that you're opening your chest as much as possible. You're creating that curvature of your chest as much as you can, right? Don't go beyond your capabilities. So you might just feel a push, like a gentle force, but don't go beyond your capacity, right? So feel a little bit of strain, but not too much of strain where it becomes dangerous. So when you're feeling that strain and your chest opening up, and you open your mouth, because it's hard to close your mouth because you're stretching backwards, right? Your skin is stretching as well. So automatically your mouth is open. Then breathe through your mouth, out. Right? When you're breathing out, the student what told me, said, "Wow, I can feel the release of the emotions. It's so amazing." So all the pent up negative emotions starts releasing. You feel like you're getting released from tension and stress that is in your heart. The pain and conflict that's there, stored up for years, in your subconscious mind, is getting released. So you feel like an emotional release, like emotions is being released in that posture. And I said, "Wow, this is an amazing discovery, right? How come I didn't, and why I didn't?" I mean, it was experiencing, but I didn't put a finger on it that this is what was happening. So now that I know what's happening, I direct my students to mindfully into that so that it becomes more purposeful, right? You do that posture with the maximum possible benefit of the intended purpose of this posture is to release the pent-up emotions, which are blockages in your heart, right? And possibly in the other energy centers as well, but you experience the emotions. So I'm getting the sensation that these are unblocking the heart chakra. So a lot of people, the common things who speak to spiritualists and they are told that their heart chakras are blocked, well, because they generally having problems with relationships and unable to sustain long-term relationships or find, harmonious relationships. And they are said that their heart chakras are blocked. So I don't know about that. I don't think along those lines, and I'm not, that type of person. I'm an energy healer, not a spiritualist. And although we're using spiritual energy, but in the sense that I'm not a clairvoyant that reading into people, you know. I don't have clairaudience and clairvoyance capabilities. I didn't want to develop it, nor do I want it, right? So I may be forced to have it at some stage, but up to now I was able to keep it at bay, because it did awaken at some stage, and it wasn't a pleasant experience for me. It wasn't something, it was disturbing my day-to-day life, right? In order to be able to function like a normal person, you know, who's running a business, because I'm running business now, businesses for the last 29 years, and I have a family life as well with, you know, minor children and need to support. I'm not gonna delve into, you know, I didn't want to do that. Nothing negative against it. That wasn't, you know, my mission or my purpose or something that I wanted to do. So this posture coming is releasing, you know, those pent up emotions, which makes you much a calmer person. You're not going around, you know, and getting into a relationship with baggage in you, you know, and negativity, you know, when it comes to, you start to become more open-minded when you are connecting with people, not necessarily romantically, but on all levels, you know, you tend to become more, you know, open-minded, you know, and understanding of where they are coming from, and not getting very irritable with them, unless of course they are rubbing you the wrong way, and you know, and is bringing some you know, negative situation into your life. Then you have to, you know, stand up, you know, against such things. So that's the interesting thing I found with the Cobra posture or Bhujangasana, right? I hope that information helps you, and take care of yourself.